Hey there, this is Steve from Rockstar Eater, coming to you with another rockin' episode like always. And today I'm going to be doing something that is very different. It's not going to be your typical Rockstar Eater episode where I concentrate on a specific restaurant and just go all out with that. Today I'm in Chinatown because I'm going to be giving you guys a virtual walking tour of this neighborhood that is one of the hottest tourist attractions in Los Angeles. This is something that I like to do from time to time when I have time on my hands, is to walk around, explore, cool different cities and neighborhoods. So I thought that if you guys have never been to Chinatown in Los Angeles before and you're wondering what it looks like, then that's what I want to help you with in today's episode, is to give you the highlight of all the best spots that you should check out in Chinatown. But also, most specifically, since I'm a foodie, I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of the restaurants and all the great stuff that you need to eat in the city. So I'm going to visit them one by one and tell you guys which are the hot spots that you got to check out if you are in Chinatown. So please stick all the way to this end of this episode so that you can see this whole entire amazing tour of this great neighborhood in Los Angeles. And of course, if you like what I'm doing here on this channel, then please subscribe to Rockstar Eater, because you can get all these amazing food episodes from one of the greatest foodies in Los Angeles. So smash that subscribe button and watch with me as I take you on one of the most amazing tours of Chinatown that you'll ever see. So Chinatown itself has a long history. It's been here since like the early 20th century, a place where a lot of the Chinese immigrants would move to and set up a lot of these shops, including these really great restaurants in the area. But then, of course, during the last couple or few decades, there's been a lot of gentrification happening in Chinatown. So a lot of the old restaurants would be closing down. A lot of new types of restaurants would be coming in that are not necessarily Chinese. And this isn't really as booming of a place as, like, for example, Little Tokyo or Koreatown, but it's definitely still a spot to check out. It's definitely a spot to still just explore, which is why I'm kind of showing this to you guys so that you can kind of see just all the cool stuff like around this neighborhood. So the first spot that I'm going to show you guys is the Far East Plaza, which has a lot of really great places to eat. So this isn't really a spot that you would go to if you want to see, like, all these amazing architecture, but it's rather just more of like a shopping center as well as a nice eating spot. And of course, there are a few different places that I've been to here, and one of them is like behind me, called Howling Ray's Restaurant, which is one of the top restaurants in Los Angeles, serving these really great Nashville hot chicken. So if you want that in LA, then this is the place that you need to come. And another cool spot that you definitely need to check out is right behind me, called Pearl River Deli, which specializes in Cantonese style cooking, like kind of a little bit of a modernized version of it, but still very authentic. So if that's something you want to get, especially at a really affordable price, then you definitely must check out this spot, the Pearl River Deli. I noticed that a lot of these restaurants are closed, and I guess it's because a lot of them close on Monday. And then I think there's also the whole COVID situation that's causing a lot of these places to shut down, either like as a whole or just doing takeout. Oh yeah, actually there is another really great place that's actually right behind me, called Lhasa, which is apparently one of the greatest Filipino restaurants in Los Angeles, here in Chinatown, which is pretty cool. So if you want Filipino food, then this is the place you got to go to in this area. And let's see, oh, there's another great spot right over here. This restaurant is called Kin West, which specializes in like these northwestern kind of Chinese noodles. So it's going to be, if you like noodles and you want to be very adventurous and try something that's really like a different kind of Chinese noodles, then Kin West is the restaurant that you got to hit up in Chinatown. And then if you're into jewelry, then obviously you need to come to this spot that's right behind me, which is the Jewelry Mart that's on Broadway. So just like downtown LA has its own jewelry mart, Chinatown has its own jewelry mart on the Broadway street. So if you're into that stuff, this is where you got to come and take a look, because Chinese jewelry is very interesting. Yeah, so it's definitely worth a check out. Here's a cool spot that's worth mentioning. It's like this metro, this train that runs through Chinatown. So you got to take the elevator up, and then you can take this and you can go to a lot of the local areas. You see all that in the bottom, all these cars through this street. And then down there, they're building some new apartments. Let's see, spacious 2-bedroom apartments. Wow, that sounds really nice, because there was really nothing in this area before, but it looks like they're going to start occupying, which is a good thing. You know, I think this is the first time I've ever been on the train tracks here in Chinatown. I've never bothered to step on here, not even once. So all of this stuff, I'm going to be exploring some new stuff with you guys in this episode. So it's very fun for me. And these are just some of the apartments that they have in Chinatown. This is one of the new spots that they have here in this neighborhood, and I really think it's a good thing that they build more apartments in Chinatown in order to revive this neighborhood, which really does need a lot of revival. This one is definitely worth mentioning. This is Phoenix Bakery, which is the oldest bakery in Chinatown that has some really nice strawberry cakes. It's a very simple recipe, but still it's delicious. So if you want to try something from a really renowned bakery in Chinatown, then Phoenix Bakery is the place you got to hit up. Well, the good thing about today is it's not too hot today, so it's a nice day to walk around, but still there's quite a lot of walking to do in Chinatown. It's like you can go through all these little alleys and find so many interesting little shops. So that's why I'm just trying to figure out the best way to work around this city, but to still show you all the cool stuff that you got to see in town. I remember at one time this plaza had like a really nice market here. I think it was like a 99 Ranch market. And then on the second floor, there was like a dim sum restaurant that was like super busy, and some other shops all around too. And it's not like that anymore. This is one of the shopping centers that have completely died out in the last 10 years. So I hope they're gonna make something new out of this, because it's a really sad sight. I used to come here all the time when I was a kid. Full Moon House is another one of the restaurants you definitely need to check out if you want some good Chinese Cantonese style cooking. One of the top ones in the city that has like dim sum and live seafood and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is a place you definitely need to check out. And behind me is a restaurant called Fu Chao Restaurant. Now this one is a pretty cool one, because this is where they shot the movie Rush Hour, that movie that came out over 20 years ago with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. It's at this restaurant. Now I don't know if their food is good or not. I've heard mixed things about it, but at least you know that this is a landmark restaurant, because it was where they filmed Rush Hour. I never knew Chinatown was such an interesting place to look around. There's like a lot of gift shops everywhere that I go around. I've never seen like a lot of these before, but it's just too bad they're all closed. I don't know if it's because of a Monday, or if it's because of this whole coronavirus thing, or if it's just been dying out. But yeah, there's a lot of architecture going on here, but a lot of it is closed. All right, so if there's any places that you absolutely need to visit in Chinatown, I would say it's here behind me at the Chinatown Central Plaza. This is where all the tourists pretty much go, and I would say this is like where you should be if you want to see a lot of scenic stuff in Chinatown. A lot of gift stores, scenic stuff, you know, like statues and all that stuff. So this is the place you need to be. Not necessarily the best place for restaurants, but it's definitely worth checking out just for the sights. Now this little shop called Paper Please is going to be a cool spot, because this is where they have some of the best coffee that you can find in Chinatown, owned by my friend, who's actually a classmate when I used to go to seminary. So I'm going to go and see how he's doing. Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you too. So yeah, Jonathan, just tell us a little bit about what's going on here and why all these people who are touring Chinatown should come to this place.
Yeah, Thank You Coffee is really just about making really good coffee, tea, and all sorts of beverages and products, but doing that in a way that's really approachable and fun too. So we hope we get like the coffee nerds in here. We have delicious espresso, but we also want to be welcoming to people who don't drink that much coffee too. Like we have a really good hoji cha, which is like a roasted green tea that we do as milk, as like a milk tea. All sorts of fun drinks too, and we collaborate with Paper Please, and then we're just really good friends with a lot of the stores in the area too.
Yeah.
So you don't just come to see us, but you see all the other stores that are part of the community too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just making that coffee, some high quality coffee. That's, ooh, some of the best you'll find in this neighborhood. Nice, look at him swirling that. Is so amazing. He's gonna make a nice like heart shape or something like that for me. Maybe he's gonna spell my name in there.
Yeah.
So what do we got here? What is this one called?
Yeah, so this is just our sweet latte. So it's espresso, dark agave, and oat milk.
Yeah. Okay, sweet latte, awesome. Oh, ooh. Wow. It's creamy, it's slightly sweet. It has a nice concentration. It's perfect, that's all I can say. Woo. And it's hot too. Wow. Such a great thing to have on a hot day, isn't it? Yep, so if nothing else, got to get the sweet latte when you're here. Add coffee, please. Thank you, coffee. So this is pretty much the overview of Chinatown, Los Angeles. It is a pretty big place to explore, so you're going to need to be on your feet, and you're probably going to be walking for at least 1 hour, if not 2. But I hope this helps you to be able to find some of the cool things to see around this neighborhood, as well as some of the cool eats that are all around town. And like I said, this is one of the neighborhoods that are very historic to LA, and one of the places that you definitely need to visit sometime soon. So I hope you have fun with it if you decide to visit Chinatown in the near future, and that you'll try some of these awesome restaurants and places that I suggested in this video. Well, anyways, I'm gonna head home because I'm getting kind of tired. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Rockstar Eater, and if you like what I'm doing here on this show, then please give me a thumbs up, and also comment on the section below if you've been to this part of town before, or maybe there's some other places that I haven't mentioned in this video that I should have mentioned as a good eat around Chinatown. And finally, the best way to support me is to subscribe to Rockstar Eater. So go down, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and you'll be getting these episodes on a weekly basis. Well, anyways, I hope you have a rockin' day today, and that you'll try some of these rockin' awesome foods that I pointed out in the city. And be sure to follow in by clicking on one of my other videos on the screen so that you can continue to see all my other food and travel adventures around town. So anyways, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.